So I decided to do to get an exhaust for the dirt bike, and I'm just gonna do a little before and after. So this is the factory exhaust. I installed the O2 sensor there. I just wanted to see what the air fuel ratios were. I'm gonna just install this new exhaust and then see if there's any difference, how much it will affect the fuel I got now. But I don't have the O2 sensor welded on this one, so I'm gonna have to drill a hole and put one here. This is the titanium version, so it is a little lighter, and I have a titanium bung, so I'll weld that there. But let's do some sound comparisons. They all sound the same, but let's just do this one real quick. Yeah, typical factory sound. So I'll take this one off and install the new one. Alright, so I have a little scale here just to do a difference between the factory one and the new one. So this came in at 6 pounds, and this scale maxes out like at 6 pounds, so it could be a little bit more. This thing came in at 2 pounds, 7.1 ounces. This thing came in at as 5 pounds, 6.9 ounces. So it is lighter than the factory one there. And then this all together came back to 1 pound and 4.9 ounces. So a total of 8 pounds, 7.1. A little bit more, could be a little bit more than that, because this maxed out at 6. And this is together that I could catch the best is 7 pound and 4.9 ounces. Alright, I just drilled through a very expensive exhaust just so I could put an O2 sensor in here. But that's the way it's gonna look. And then this is just temporary anyway. I'm gonna have a plug here, but this is just for tuning purposes. I need this sensor in there. Other than that, I don't need it, so it will just be a plug. Alright, so I just finished welding this bung. I think I did a pretty good job. I was doing it very slowly, and I think I did pretty good. Alright, let's get ready to install this. Alright, so I have the exhaust fitted. This is loose. I got the spring on in here. The bottom spring's not here yet, and this is loose, and that's loose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten it from the head and then move myself back. So I'm just going to tighten it from the header here, one by one. Just a little bit. Okay, just a little, still a little wiggle here. Then I'm going to tighten this one a little bit. And just give it a little wiggle, and I'm just going to tighten this one. Alright, then I'm going to get and correctly tighten the front, get the springs in there, and let's see what it sounds like. Alright, I got the exhaust installed, cleaned up, and fitted on. It looks great. So if you notice, this header is longer down here, so I'm predicting this to be a little bit more towards the top end to give a little bit more power towards the top because of this extra length here. But it looks great. So it's the way the welds came out. Pretty clean. So I'm gonna go for a ride next. Alright, it's gonna be the first startup with this new exhaust. So let's see how she sounds. Before it was like 11.3, 11.4, so it does seem like by 1 point running a little leaner, which is good, but that might change. Looks like it's the same again. Some anti-seize burning off. Good. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is show you that lean spot that happens on this factory tune here on map 1. Map 1 is one of the maps I can't touch, so I'm going to try to show you that lean spot. What you're going to do is you're going to watch my gauge here, and it's going to probably shoot to like 14 to 1 when I'm trying to accelerate, and you will notice, I will actually notice that power as well kind of lean back a little bit, and then I'll switch to map 3 and kind of do the same thing to show you that lean spot is gone. Alright, right from here I'm going to try to see if you could capture it the best. So this is the first gear. That's 2. Alright, so as you saw me riding there, my fuel map is here. So as I'm just cruising and I release the throttle just a bit, notice there's a lot of -10s here, -16, and that's where you see the bike kind of touch 14 something there. It's not really that critical for it to have a lot of fuel there, so that's why my fuel table is decreased here. Where if you look at these two factory fuel tables here, they actually leave a little bit more fuel there on the second map, and on the third map they take some out. So you do see -6s there, just like, but I'm, you know, almost a little bit more than double there in that, so it takes a lot of fuel out. Now, but as you're accelerating and trying to give it, you know, full throttle, you notice that I added, so my boxes here are close to like 11, so there's a lot of fuel there, and that is where I saw the lean spot in the regular map. So map 2 has fuel there a little bit, but 3 is actually worse. So I can't tell what the first one is, the first one copying the second or the third. I can't tell because that won't let me see the first map, but these are the two default datas, and it doesn't matter if it's a CRF-R or RX, which mine's an RX, but these were all the same. So as far as the fuel goes, it was too lean, so that's why I added the fuel there. If we talk about the ignition a little bit, map 2 had a lot of ignition taken away from factory, which is, you know, have a softer map, but they left a little bit more fuel there, so it was actually kind of choking the bike out in map 2. So map 2 wasn't really rideable for me to be riding and cruising in the woods. The third map, the third ignition map, I think is great. That's what mine follows mostly. So this is my third ignition map, except for some areas I added 1 or 2 degrees, which is the full throttle down on the bottom here. Other than that, it copies the same ignition maps. Currently, my second map is set to all zeros, and it does limit the power a little bit. I don't need to limit the power that much. As you can see, the factory one's set to like -9s. I could drop the power a little bit, and my second map could be my, you know, my just not full power map. So if I let's just say I let somebody ride the bike and say, hey, okay, just stay on map 2, because I know that one has the least power. And then my third map is set to full, you know, pretty much what the stock did, but a little bit more up top the end. So my fuel map is the same between 2 and 3. So my fuel, I didn't do anything with the fuel on the third versus the second. It's both the same. So all right, hope you like that. Hope you like me sharing my maps. So I'm gonna take this thing back off because, like I said, it was just for demonstration purposes. I know it's not fully tuned by doing this. I would need to put it on a dyno and do it correctly there, but I do like this new exhaust. Can't prove that it makes more power, but I just feel it making a little bit more power. And hope you enjoyed a little demonstration of this, and thanks for watching.